Good morning, everyone. My name is Stephen Strahl, and I am the co-director of the NYC DOE Yoga and Mindfulness Teacher Preparation Program. Along with my colleague, Beverly Logan, and on behalf of Executive Superintendents Karen Watts and Barbara Freeman, it is my pleasure to welcome you to our Friday practice. The pilot cohort of the NYC DOE Yoga and Mindfulness Teacher Preparation Program, funded by a generous grant from Brooklyn Borough President Eric L. Adams, graduated from our certification program this past January. As we consider our contribution to this remote environment, we believe teaching live, both in our regular work streams and these twice-weekly public practices, will help us realize our vision of a certified yoga and mindfulness teacher in every NYC DOE school by 2030. And now, to get us started, I'd like to return to the Tao of Pooh. Last time we left Pooh and his friends, they were talking about limitations of their actions in the forest. And to demonstrate what we mean, we can think of no one better than Tigger, who doesn't know his own limitations. Oh, excuse me, he says he does now. Well, let's recall how he was forced to recognize one of them anyway. Roo and Tigger were walking through the forest one morning, and Tigger was talking all about the things that Tiggers can do. Can they fly? Asked Roo. Yes, said Tigger. They're very good flyers. Tiggers are stormy good flyers. Ooh, said Roo. Can they fly as well as owls? Yes, said Tigger, only they don't want to. Well, after this sort of talk had gone on for a while, they arrived at the six pine trees. I can swim, said Roo. I fell into the river and I swimmed. Can Tiggers swim? Of course they can. Tiggers can do everything. Can they climb trees better than Pooh? Asked Roo, stopping under the tallest pine tree and looking up at it. Climbing trees is what they do best, said Tigger. Much better than Pooh's. And you know what? The next thing they knew, they were stuck in the tallest pine tree. Well, not so good. And I think that's how many might be feeling this week. Not so good. And whatever pine tree we're stuck in, collectively, individually, as a community, hopefully these practices can help us to move toward a space where we could get a little bit more unstuck. And I am pleased now to introduce Certified Yoga and Mindfulness Teacher Preparation Program teachers Kevin Rank and Marlene Morris Lampert. And now, live from Buffalo, New York, Kevin Rank.
Thank you so much, Stephen. And good morning, everybody. I hope you're all doing well today. I'm excited to do this practice with you. We are going to start off with some breath, and then we're going to go practice some yoga. We're going to warm up a little bit, and then we're going to do a few moves and put them together in a flow. And as Stephen mentioned, these times are hard on all of us. And as we continue to move forward, I really encourage you guys to use self-care during these times, because if we are unable to take care of ourselves, then we can't help others. And I think that that's kind of one of our things here in the Yoga and Mindfulness Teacher Preparation Program, is we encourage you to take care of yourself as well as others. So please use this practice to take care of yourself. Take whatever you want out of it. And everything, this is your practice, so things I do, I'm going to give you suggestions, but continue along in your own flow as you see fit. So we're going to start off in a chair. If you have a chair, great. If you don't have a chair, you can use the floor. You can use a mat, whatever's most comfortable for you. Many of us are working remotely, so it's kind of nice to be able to do what we wish with our yoga practice. So to start off, I'm going to ask you to sit. Your hands can be on your knees. We're going to start to settle in to the morning. Your hands can be on your knees, in your lap. You should be, if you wish, sitting up straight. Not too rigid, but also not slouching over either. Your eyes can be open, your eyes can be closed. If you decide to keep your eyes open, just use a nice, soft gaze. And as we begin to settle in to the morning, I'm asking that you check in with yourself. How are you feeling today? It's not something we ask ourselves that often. Slowly bring your attention inward and just ask yourself, how are you feeling today? And do so without any judgment. We all have feelings, and just understand that this feeling too is fleeting. And as we're checking in with ourselves, what I'm going to ask you to do is bring your attention to the object of your breath. We're going to go into our balanced breath now. As you focus on your breath, kind of notice, where do you feel your breath the most? Is it in your belly, your chest, maybe your throat, nostrils? Where do you feel the breath the most? And as we get into the balanced breath can be used for many things. It can help you release anxiety, stress. I know for me, it helps me to sleep at night, so that's really helpful. And as we go through the balanced breath, just so you, the whole goal of the balanced breath is to match your inhale with your exhale. So as you continue to focus on your breath, pick a spot, maybe in your belly or your nostrils that you feel it the most. And then on your inhale, you want to count to yourself 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm going to ask you to do the balanced breath on your own for a few breaths. Know that you can always come back to your natural breath if this does not feel comfortable for you. And also, if the count is too long or too short, you can adjust the count. So you can count to 3 or 5, whatever's most comfortable for you. So let's practice on our own for a few breaths. Always matching the inhale with the exhale. And on your last exhale, I'm going to ask you to return to your natural breath and just check in and see how that feels. Notice if there's any difference from before you started the breathing practice to after. And if there's no difference, that's okay too. Just simply notice where you're at right now. And then when you're ready, if your eyes are closed, you can open your eyes and kind of bring yourself back into our practice for today. Okay, so now we're going to start off with a few warm-ups. We're going to start off with some neck rolls. So for our neck rolls, we want to bring our chin down to our chest. And on an inhale, we're going to bring our ear up to our shoulder on our right side. Exhale, bringing our chin back down to center. Inhale, going up to your left. Exhale, bringing your chin down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Inhale up. Exhale, down. Now I encourage you at your own pace to do a few more neck rolls on your own. Really stretching out our neck and beginning to stretch out our spine. And after you get to your left side, on an exhale, bring it down to center. And notice if there's anything to feel, things have started to loosen up for you. If not, that's okay as well. Okay, the next warm-up we're going to do are the 6 movements of the spine. So for that, I encourage you to sit on the edge of your chair a little bit. I'm going to turn my chair so you can see. And then with the 6 movements of the spine, the first thing we're going to do is on an inhale, we're going to bring our arms all the way up, interlacing our fingers, pushing them up towards the sky, and rounding our spine forward. On an exhale. Inhale, bring yourself up. Exhaling, bringing our arms down behind our back. Once again, interlocking our fingers, or they can just be on the small of your back. And then we're going to do a back bend. Opening up your chest, face to the sky. And on an exhale, you're going to bring yourself back to center. Inhale, your arms go up again. We'll do this a couple more times. Interlocking your fingers. Exhale, forward fold or forward bend, rounding your spine. For here, you may want to play with the posture a little bit. Maybe stretching a little to your right and to your left, if that feels comfortable for you. Any variations, okay? Or you could just stay in this position, making sure that you're breathing the whole time. And then on an exhale, when you're ready, you're going to bring your hands back up, bring them behind your back, lock your fingers, open your chest, and back bending. Okay, one more time. This time you can do it on your own. Inhale up. Inhale up. Bring our arms back down. And when you're ready, exhale to release. Okay, now for our next 2 movements of the spine, we're going to do some side bends. So on an inhale, you're going to bring your arms up. On an exhale, drop your right arm down, side bending to your right. Feeling the stretch there, making sure you keep your seat on the chair. On the inhale, bring your arms up. Exhale, other side. Feeling the stretch all along your side. And now on the inhale up, we're gonna go back over. This time, if you'd like to do a little variation, you can bring your right hand up to your left wrist to give a little extra stretch, whatever you're feeling this morning. And then on an inhale, you're gonna bring your arms back up and other side. You have the option, of course, on this side as well, to give yourself a little extra stretch, making sure to keep your seat on the chair. And on an exhale, other side. This time you can do this on your own. Stretching, any variation you see fit. Inhale, up, exhale, last side. Inhale up, bring your arms down, back to center. All right, those were 2 more. We're gonna do our last 2. We're gonna start with a twist. So as you bring your arms up, on an inhale, we're going to twist, bringing our left arm forward, right arm behind us, and giving a nice stretch. Hands can lay wherever they feel comfortable. On the inhale up, bring your arms over to the other side. Hands can land wherever feels comfortable for you. You can look to the side. And on an inhale, you bring it back up and exhale, other side. If you want a little more intensity with this stretch, you can use your left hand on your thigh to give it a little more twist. Really opening up that spine, giving it flexibility. And on an inhale, bring it back up, other side. Once again, you have the option, right hand on your thigh, stretching out. And then one more time on each side, inhale up at your own pace. Using any variation which you wish to use. Inhale up, other side. And on an exhale, when you're ready, let's bring it back to the center. Okay, now that we've done the 6 movements of the spine, give yourself a breath or 2 to check and see how that feels, any sensations, if you feel any sensations at all, any differences. Okay, so now we're going to move into some yoga poses. First pose we're going to do this morning is the chair pose, which is pretty ironic seeing as we're using a chair, right? So in the chair pose, we are going to use our chair as a prop. Now you could stay seated in the chair if you want, and just do part of the pose, or you can use the back of the chair with me. It'll help with the balance. So for chair pose, you want to have your feet hip width apart, your ankles, or your knees should be over your ankles. We should be standing up straight. In fact, let's get into our mountain pose first. With mountain pose, that's our resting position. That's where we come back to after many of our poses. Once again, hip width apart, knees over your ankles, standing up strong, like a mountain. crown of your head to the ceiling, chin pointed straight out, and we're in mountain pose. This is a pose we'll go back to a few times during our flow. So to now continue on with our chair pose, we'll put our hands on the chair for some extra balance. Feet hip width apart, knees over your ankles, and we're going to bend like we're sitting in a chair. You can bend just a little bit, or you can go lower if you want a little more intensity. You can keep your hands on the chair, put your hands on your thighs, or once again for some more intensity, palms down or up in the air, and this is our chair pose. Exhale here, bring yourself back to mountain pose. Okay, let's practice that again. Hands on the chair, feet hip width apart. We're going to bring ourselves down like we're sitting in the chair, as little or as much as you would like. Hands can stay on the chair. Palms down. This is our chair pose. This gives us stability, works our thighs and our calves, wherever you may feel it the most. And then when you're ready, on an exhale, bring yourself up, back to mountain pose. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to do this at your own pace, and with the chair pose, you bring yourself down, and here you can hold it as long as you wish, in whatever pose you wish. Remember, we did the balanced breath, and just so you guys know, we're going to be putting this into a flow next. So we got a few more poses after this. You're going to hold using your balanced breath if you wish. 1, 2, 3. You can really use your breath to get through a lot of your practice. 3, 2, 1. And on an exhale, you can bring it up. Okay, now take a second back to mountain pose. See check in with yourself once again. How is that pose for you? That can be a little difficult. So just kind of take a breath here. Now we're going to move into warrior pose. So just so you know, you can also sit while doing the warrior pose and do it sitting as well. I'm going to be standing using the chair. So with our warrior pose, we can start off feet width apart, feet hip width apart. And then we are going to bring our left foot back, bending our front right knee. Left foot, you probably can't see my feet, but my left foot is parallel to the back wall. So it's turned out a little bit. You can put it at whatever angle is more comfortable for you. Your front knee will be over your ankles, can even be a little above your ankles. You always want to make sure that your knee is aligned, and you can always see your big toe, so you're not overextending yourself. Now your hips should be forward to the chair, and you can stay right here and you're in your warrior pose, or if you wish for a little more intensity, you can bring your hands up. And here is our warrior pose. And exhale down. Now with the warrior pose, we will try that again. So you're going to bring your left foot back. You're going to bend your front knee turn your foot horizontal to the back wall, hips aligned to the front, and here is our warrior pose. Take a breath or two here. And on an exhale, we'll bring our arms back down, bring our foot forward, and back to mountain pose. Okay, so while we're on this side, we're going to do our side warrior pose. Side warrior is very similar to the warrior pose. So we can have our hands on the chair. We're going to move our left foot back, right knee forward. This time, we're going to twist our hips towards the front. Arm can stay on the chair. Back arm should be up. And we can bring our front arm forward if you wish. And this is our side warrior pose. And on an exhale, bring yourself up, back to your mountain pose. Okay, let's practice that one more time. Bringing our right foot back. Our left foot back, I'm sorry, right foot forward. Hips twisted to the side, square to the your front wall. And this is our side warrior pose. Now, with this, we're going to do a flow of the 3 poses we just learned. So we're going to start off in our chair pose. So from mountain, we're going to begin to bend our knees, get into our chair pose, whatever chair pose is comfortable for you. And then on an inhale, we're going to bring ourselves up. Left foot goes back, right foot forward into our warrior pose. And then from warrior, we are going to go into warrior 2. Taking a breath here. Inhale, back to warrior 1, our warrior pose. Remembering to breathe the whole time. And then on an inhale, we'll bring our left foot forward and go down to our chair pose on an exhale. Hold this for a breath or 2. And then bring ourselves back up to mountain pose. Okay, so now we're going to do that on the other side. Because everything in yoga, you have to have balance. So we don't want to leave one side not ready to go. So, once again, warrior, we're going to start off with the warrior pose. We'll do that a couple times. Hands on the chair. Our knees are, our right foot this time goes back. Right foot, like you may not be able to see it, but it's horizontal. We're at an angle to the back wall. Left knee is over our ankle or a little more forward. Hands can stay on the chair or we can bring it up. And here's our warrior pose. Exhale, right foot forward. Take a breath. Let's practice that one more time. Right foot back. Left knee bent forward over our ankle. Hands can stay on the chair, or we can bring our arms up. And exhale, right foot forward, back to mountain pose. Okay. Now we're going to practice our side warrior on this side. So with the side warrior, you're going to once again, right foot back, horizontal to the back wall, left knee forward. This time our hips are going to be forward. Arms can stay on the chair or up. warrior 2, or side warrior. Exhale, drop your arms, bring your right foot forward, take a deep breath, and once again, inhale, right foot back, left knee forward, hips forward, squared, take a breath, warrior, side warrior pose. Okay, and now, like we did for on the other side, we're going to go through flow of the poses, starting from mountain, and then in back. We'll end in mountain, and we'll start in mountain, we'll end in mountain, and we'll start with our chair pose. So, bringing our hands to the chair, we want to slowly bend like we're sitting in a chair. Arms can be up, intensity at the level that you wish. On an exhale, we're going to come back up. Right foot goes back. Left foot, left knee over the ankles. Warrior pose. Exhale, go to side warrior pose. Inhale, bring yourself back up to warrior pose. Exhale, back down to chair. Inhale, up. All right, let's do that one more time, and then I'm going to pass it off to my colleague. So, we're going to start off in chair pose. Really feel the stretch here with the chair pose. And then exhale, bring yourself back up. Right leg back. Warrior 1. Exhale. Squaring our hips forward to warrior 2. Or side warrior pose. Inhale, back up to warrior. Inhale, foot up. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, back up to your mountain pose. Okay, let's take a second to kind of feel how our flow went today. Check in with ourselves. I want to thank you for joining me, and now I'm going to pass it over to my colleague Marlene for a mindful moment. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Kevin. That was amazing. While wishing mindfulness exercise is training our capacity for kindness and compassion. Research has shown that people report an increase in positive emotions and stronger social connections after participating in these exercises. Please settle in a comfortable position and allow yourself to relax. You can be sitting on a chair, laying on your bed, laying on the floor, whatever makes you feel relaxed at this time. I invite you to also close your eyes or lower your gaze. When you're ready, let's take a deep breath and release. For a few moments, just focus on your breath. Clear your mind of worries and notice when you breathe in and when you breathe out. Let your experience be aware of the sensation of your breathing. So just continue to breathe in and out. And remember that compassion is a mind free of hatred. When there are no negative emotions in our mind, we are automatically at peace. Compassion is a wish that others not suffer, as well as having an urge to help end suffering of others. Cultivating compassion is a source of peace and harmony in our minds and in our hearts. As you continue breathing, picture someone who is very close to you, someone towards whom you feel a great amount of love. It could be your husband, your child, your best friend, your mother. Just notice how your heart feels. Notice the sensation around your heart. Perhaps you feel a sensation of warmth, openness, and tenderness. Continue breathing and focus on these feelings as you cultivate loving your heart for your loved one. As you breathe out, imagine that you're bringing him or her peace and happiness. And at the same time, silently recite these phrases. May you be happy. May you be free. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free. May you be safe. May you be healthy. As you silently repeat these phrases, feel with all your heart that you wish your loved one happiness and freedom from suffering. Contemplate a time when you yourself have suffered. Perhaps you experience a conflict with someone you care about. Or maybe you didn't succeed at something you really, really wanted. Or maybe you were physically ill. Notice how you feel when you think of your own suffering. How does your heart feel? Do you feel warmth, openness? The same way you wish the suffering of your loved ones would end, it's the same wish we all have for our own suffering. As we envision our own pain, so do we envision the pain of others. Continue to visualize yourself as you breathe and silently repeat these phrases to yourself. May I be happy. May I be free. May I be safe. May I be healthy. Again, notice how you feel. Let's think of a neutral person, someone we neither like or dislike. It could be a neighbor who we don't have a relationship with, a bus driver or Uber driver, a stranger that we pass by. Although we're not familiar with that person, just think how this person must feel. Just take a few seconds and visualize a moment when they might have had some suffering in their life. As you continue to breathe, just think of your heart center for a moment. How does it feel? Do you feel warmth? Do you feel openness or tenderness to that person? As you continue to breathe, let's wish him or her good wishes by silently reciting these phrases. May you be happy. May you be free. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be free. May you be safe. May you be healthy. Now, let's bring our compassion for our enemy. Visualize someone with whom you have difficulty in your life. This may be a parent, a child with whom you may disagree, a coworker with whom you do not get along. Although you may have negative feelings towards this person, think of how this person has suffered in his or her own life. This person also has had conflict with loved ones, or has dealt with failures, or may have suffered illness. Just think for a few seconds of a situation in which this person may have suffered. Notice your heart center. Does it feel different? Do you feel more warmth and openness and tenderness? Are there other sensation? Perhaps an aching sensation? How does your heart feel different from when you envision your own suffering or that of your loved one? Continue to visualize this person as you breathe. See if this wish can be as strong as when you wish your own suffering would end or that of your loved one. Silently recite to him or her, may you be happy. May you be free. May you be safe. May you be healthy. If you still have difficulty wishing for this person's suffering to be relieved, just stop for a moment and think of maybe a positive interaction that you've had with that person. Maybe the one time you worked on that project and you were able to laugh together for a moment. And continue to breathe and silently recite to yourself, may you be happy. May you be free. May you be safe. May you be healthy. Again, notice how your heart feels. Did the sensation change? Did you feel warmth and openness? Did you have a wish to take away that person's suffering? Just continue breathing. And as we think of all people, everyone that might be experiencing suffering, because all people suffer, let's wish them good wishes. And let us always recite these phrases as we think of people. May you be happy. May you be free. May you be safe. May you be healthy. Now that we are almost to the end of this mindfulness practice, let's end with a wish for everyone at all times. Just as I wish to have peace and happiness in my own life and to be free from suffering, I should also wish that everyone will have the same peace, happiness, and freedom from suffering. I now invite you to open your eyes And as you bask in the joy of this open-hearted wish to ease the suffering of all people and to celebrate this attempt to bring joy and happiness and compassion to our hearts every moment, let's continue to do so as we go throughout the day and the weeks to come. Thank you so much for joining us this morning, and I now turn over to Ms. Beverly Logan, the Director of Student Services for Brooklyn South.
Thank you, Kevin and Marlene, for that wonderful practice to jumpstart our Friday in the morning. I want to thank you again for joining us. I hope that the stretch and the mindfulness has prepared you for a wonderful Friday. More importantly, the practice of self-care for the weekend. I want to leave you with this final thought. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at will change, by Wayne Dyer. As we move forward this weekend and we see the protests, understand that change is necessary. And we may be afraid, but the change will heal us. Continue to work and passionately to support one another in combating hate and spreading more love. When you're in a mindful moment or feel the need to stretch, don't forget to visit our website, www.ymtpp.org, to get your mindfulness and yoga on days that we are not live streaming. We also have resources to help in talking to students as well as adults in the times and situations that we're dealing with right now. Again, have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend.